Hi guys, just starting this live video. I'll start it in about 10 minutes. Just want to get the audience up a bit. Anyone who's waiting for the video to start, if you want, just say hello. Say hello in the comments and location, postcode, say g'day to me and everyone else, and I'll get stuck into this live video and explain exactly what might happen. There's a few different scenarios as to what might happen, but we'll just wait and see. Don't forget to say hello in the comments and like and share. Like the video and share it with anyone who you think might benefit from the video. Hi everyone. There's too many people to say g'day to, so I'll just say g'day to everyone. A group g'day. Hi Rhonda, hi Anita, hi Ty, hi Samantha, Bobby, hi Ty, hi Karen, hi Luke, hi Mirinda, Elton. I won't say everyone's name because it'd just be impossible to say g'day to everyone, but just a group hello to everyone. There's a big rain event I'm pretty sure is going to happen over the next 7 to 10 days. Could be longer. It's just I'll get into what I think might happen with just the current modelling data that we've got at the moment. I mean, like I said in the last video, the condition, atmospheric conditions are chaotic at best. Things can change very quickly, but there's percentages and there's chances. But I'll go into that once the video starts. I'm pretty confident that we're looking at could possibly be a 1 in 100 year event. Anyway, I mean, it might not be that extreme, but if everything comes together, if all the cogs come together, we're looking at a pretty serious weather event, something that's maybe historical. But it just depends on what happens with this system. I'll get into that once the video starts. Hello to everyone. Don't forget to say g'day in the comments. Let us know your location and where you're from. That's right, Tasha, it's just, I think it's a combination of luck and just just being able to read weather maps, you know. Yeah, Mel, I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's going to. Well, it depends. It just depends on what happens. I don't think that it's going to hit Cairns. Like, there is a possibility, but it's not going to be. I'll explain a bit more in the video, but I'll put it this way: that the further south it is, the more intense it's going to be. If it did hit Cairns, it'd be fairly quick, fast moving, and you'd be looking at a couple of 100 millimetres of rain and a bit of wind, but it's not going to be like Jasper where it's going to sit over you for days just dumping, 300-400 millimetres a day. So it's, I mean, if it does hit Cairns, it's not going to help, but it's not going to be like a massive rain event. It's just going to be like I think it'd be it's not going to be as bad as Jasper if it does hit Cairns. Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, fish tank. Yeah, I'll turn it off then. Might be, I think the way things are going, if this rain event happens, my fish will be right at home. I think they'll be jumping out of the fish tank into the floods in my backyard. You'll see all that, Melissa, in the video. I'll just say one thing. At this point, it's still, I'll have a really much better idea on exactly where it's going to hit and what it's going to do in the next 24 hours. It's not really up in the air, but there's just there's a lot happening, and I'm in Morayfield, which is near it's like in the far northern suburbs of Brisbane. The video's gonna start soon, guys. Just give it another 5 minutes and then I'll start. I think for a few of you surfers out there, it's I think you're going to enjoy this cyclone. I just hope that you're really good at swimming, because it's going to be very messy out there. I don't know much about surfing, but I know that there's going to be big swells and all that sort of thing. So for all your hardcore surfers, surf's up. But yeah, it's yeah, I mean, like Brianna, it's very likely that this big rain event's gonna occur. I mean, I'm probably putting it out there up to about 80% it's gonna occur. There's always that smaller chance that it's not gonna occur. Nothing's ever 100% in nature, but I can sort of make the best of it. I don't know what happened then. I'll start the video very soon. I'll start it in a few minutes. So just bear with me. I'm gonna start it very soon. These I don't know if these I might just turn those off. The just trying to... Oh no, I'll leave them on. Gonna start the video very soon, and I'll try to answer most people's questions then. Yeah, well, if anything, if Anthony, if everything goes, if all the cogs come into play, and it's basically like the cyclone's not going to hit Brisbane at this stage. It's you know, but like on Thursday, it's not gonna. You're gonna be pretty safe from. It's gonna be windy because could be, you know, like an intense. The remnants of the cyclone heading down the coast, but it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be cyclonic. It's just going to be absolutely. But Thursday, I think Thursday should be okay, because the system's going to hit the coast up north around Thursday, Friday, around Thursday, Friday, and I think all this rain's going to hit Brisbane over the weekend. So it might be safe to fly out of Brisbane Thursday, but any time after that. So, you know, yeah, maybe Cooper there might be. It just depends on, everything depends on the where this system goes, what it does, how intense it is, and there's a lot of variables. Everyone, I'll start the video now. Yeah, Wednesday morning, this system, I don't think, like, it could hit the coast Wednesday, Thursday or Friday, but the actual rain that comes from it, and as it heads down the coast, I don't think it will hit Brisbane until about you know, Saturday, Sunday. But I'll get into this video now, so it's just for people who are coming in, just say good day in the comments and like and share the video to friends or whoever, you know, or once the video finishes, share it to as many people as possible, because this is going to be a big system. So, as you can see here, I'll start off with the conditions for cyclonic development. So basically, what you need is, I haven't got a map at the moment for, you know, shear, mid-level shear. Basically, but I do have a map for sea temperatures, and have a look at this. This is how warm the ocean temperatures off the East Australian coast are at the moment. That is ridiculous. 30 degrees. That's, you know, that's the top metre or so of water. But that is just ridiculous. That is just like more than enough that is more than enough to support a severe Category 5 cyclone. If this cyclone turns into a Category 5, which is the most intense cyclones that you can get, winds of over 200, you know, I think it's 250 kilometres an hour or something like that. It'd be devastating if it hit the coast. Wherever it hits the coast, it would just devastate the coast. And I'm not saying that's going to happen, but these temperatures at the moment, they are very supportive of cyclonic development. There's going to be low shear, and there's going to be plenty of moisture. There's moisture starting to you know, come into the Coral Sea. It's going to come into a really good environment of low shear, and these sea surface temperatures, even as far down as I mean, look at this. Even as far down as Brisbane, even further down, North New South Wales coast, you're probably stretching it a bit there, but around, you know, the border, anywhere north is supportive of cyclonic development at the moment. The entire Coral Sea is just a it's a cyclonic a cyclonic development area that's just primed. So basically, I'll start off with what's going to happen. So if we go to the ECMWF model, you can see here this is where the low pressure system is at the moment. It's situated about almost due west of Cooktown, and this is what the ECMWF, which is the most accurate model in the world, under certain conditions, says that the cyclone's going to do. So you can see here, and I talked about what's driving the system, and at the moment, nothing much has changed in the short term, but things have changed in the long term, and I'll quickly discuss those once I get to that. So basically, you've got an upper level high here, you've got an upper level low here. I'll actually draw it. You got I probably won't draw it exactly where they are, but you've got a hang on a sec. You've got an upper level high here, you've got an upper level low here. This is at the time the cyclone is, and then you've got a upper level high here, and this high drives everything to the west. This high drives everything to the, like that sort of direction on the western side of it, and this upper level low pressure system down here will drive everything on the northern side this way, because as you can see, that's anti-clockwise for highs and clockwise for lows, and you can see this in this low pressure system, which is a surface, mid-level and upper level, and low pressure will be once it becomes cyclonic. And when we get to the point where it's starting to develop into a cyclone, you can see here how it heads towards the coast around the Townsville area, and that's because it's being driven by this in a westerly direction. These two systems aren't strong enough to as far as chances go, this cyclone has an 80% chance of hitting the coast, and it's got about a 15 to 20% chance of being of going southeast. So it's got like around 15 to 20% chance of these two systems here driving it southeast towards New Zealand. This big upper level high pressure system will dominate, I think, but the chances of it going southeast are fairly slim at this stage. The likelihood of it hitting the coast is about 80%. I could almost say 90%. It's just increasing every day. I can almost guarantee 80 to 90% that this is going to happen. So basically, I'll just talk about the impact first. So I just talked about what's driving the system onto the coast. Now you can see here, I'll do a close-up, you can see here, basically the system will head west towards the coast, and it will impact the coast. This is just one particular scenario, but it will impact the coast somewhere between Cairns and maybe a little bit south of Mackay at this stage. You got the GFS, which is very similar to the ECMWF, and you got the axis, which is literally, so you can see here they're all lining up. When they all line up like this, even 5 days out, it's telling you that it's almost a sure bet that it's going to hit the coast. It might not be exactly there, even though they've all lined up. So I'll just go back here. At the moment it's here. It's around this region here. And it's going to hit, currently at the moment, according to the BOM, Bureau of Meteorology, it's 996 hectopascals, and about 435 kilometres east-northeast of Phyllis Island. The low is moving west-southwest at 7 kilometres per hour, so it's moving slowly, west-southwest from its current position, and should gradually intensify over the next 24 hours. So it's going to turn into a tropical storm or a tropical cyclone in the next 24 hours. And a coastal crossing between about Cairns and Mackay is likely around the middle of the week. So any time from about Wednesday, could be Wednesday, Thursday or Friday. Basically if the storm hits Cairns, it will hit Cairns on Wednesday. If the storm hits Townsville, it will hit Townsville on very late Wednesday to Thursday. If the storm hits Mackay, it will hit Friday. So the further south it is, the further later in the week it will be. And also, another thing, the further south it hits, the more intense it will be. So here, you're probably looking at about a Cat 2. Townsville, you're looking at about a Cat 3, maybe 4. Mackay, you're looking at a Category 4. And this is the most likely scenario. Direct hit on the Townsville region, Category 3 to 4. You're looking at and approximately around Thursday to late Thursday. That's the most likely scenario at this moment in time. So basically, so I'll look at the wind. So as the system approaches, these are sustained winds, and you can see the sustained winds are just going around. This is the ECMWF model, and the ECMWF model sometimes has a habit of underestimating cyclones. That looks to be about a Category 2. I think it's going to be a Category 3 or above at least. The GFS has it as a Category 3 to 4. The Access has a Category 3 to 4 as well. The Icon has it the same. So all the models have it around a 3 or 4, Category 3 4, which is severe. The ECMWF is the only one that has it as a Category 2 cyclone. And you can see here, as it hits the coast, if the ECMWF model pans out, that's sustained winds, so it's that's sustained. That means that the winds will be travelling at 84 kilometres an hour. They'll be faster than that, trust me. Constantly, which is damaging, not destructive, damaging. And then you'll have wind gusts of up to 140 kilometres an hour, hitting your home or house or property. As the system, I'll go to the Access, because the Access is the one that I think is the most likely scenario at this point. Now you can see here it's a Category 3, Category 4. 181 km/h winds are going to be hitting the coast. These are wind gusts. Sustained winds of 120 to 140 kilometres an hour hitting the coast. Sustained, like I said before, sustained means just constant gale. You won't be able to stand up in it. Damaging to destructive winds, trees down, houses unroofed. Not every house will be unroofed, but you'll have houses that have their roofs come off, and things like that. Especially if they cop 100, 170, 180 kilometre wind gusts. Now the winds are the least of your worries. As the storm hits the coast, you're going to have torrential rainfall. 100. Look at that. That's just like that's ridiculous. So that's you can see here the rain accumulation. You're going to be copping a lot of rain in a very short period of time wherever it hits. You could be looking at like 200 to 300 millimeters over the time the cyclone takes to move over the area. So if the cyclone was coming in and it struck the coast at 6 p.m. and then it was off, it was past Townsville at 1 p.m. So that's virtually 12 to 18 hour period, 300 to 400 millimeters over a 12 to 18 hour period. That's a lot of rain. So there's going to be flooding, severe flash flooding. So the wind, the severe flash flooding, and then I'll talk about the waves, the swell. As the system approaches on exposed areas of the coast, such as in this particular scenario, if it did hit the Townsville area, you can see there, 3 metre waves, 4 metre waves. That's the ECMWO. I'll go to the GFS or the Icon. The GFS might be better. You can see there 5.5 metre swell. That's on top of the tide that you'll be getting at that particular time, that particular day. So that's, that'll be inundation, erosion. We're talking about serious coastal impacts and damage from this system. It's going to be. I got a feeling that this system is going to be historical. It's the impacts that it's going to have on the coast is going to cause some pretty serious damage. You category 3 to a high in category 4 is very possible, and if that occurs, there's going to be some serious damage on the coast. You got 5 metre storm surge on top of the tide. You've got 180, 200 kilometre winds, wind gusts with sustained gales of 130 kilometres, 140 kilometres an hour, torrential rainfall, 300 millimetres, 300 to 400 millimetres over a 12 to 18 hour period. That might even be less. So you can see the impacts that this system is going to have. I'm not over exaggerating. I'm just emphasising. I'm telling people in the best way possible that this storm is as real as it gets. So that's the cyclone. That's the cyclone hitting the coast. Now what I'll do is I'll start talking about now. I'll just quickly go to the track maps. So you can see here the ECMWF model. This is the current ECM tracks, EC tracks, Euro model tracks. And you can see here that there are some members that take the system this way or this way, but you can see, or this way, but you can see how they're in the minority. Not necessarily that one. I'll get rid of that one, but mainly this one here and this one here. See how there's you know, you can see the spread there. Like, it's just, look at that, or that, or that. That's the most likely scenario, that one there. These are the minority now. So you can see the very slim possibility of that happening now, I think. And you can see the GFS modelling, which is pretty much the same. It has the same sort of setup. And when these two align, and the axis G, you know, when all those three align, it's not guaranteed, but it just the possibility or the chances of it verifying this way increase dramatically. So basically, that's the cyclonic, that's the storm hitting the coast and the possible tracks. And you can see here, this is the Bureau of Meteorology's forecast track map out until January 24th, which is Wednesday. And you can see there that you know, category 3 system, and it's that far away from the coast. You know, you can see there, category 3 system, and it's that far away from the coast. It could possibly reach category 4. If it goes that way, it'll be a category 1 to 2. Category 3 there. Category 4. 3 or 4. And you can also see here so that's the different categories. So basically, and if I go back to, and this is the bombs, you can see here, this is the bombs latest. You can see here how, you're probably wondering, this here actually shows you, like, the darker the colour, the higher the percentage of a cyclone being over that area at any particular time. And you can see here, like, it's hitting. See how it goes to a dark colour? once it has, you know, once it has hit the coast, and then, you know, that's something similar to that. It turns to a dark colour after this has occurred. This is because the system could do this. It could hit Townsville and then recurve back like this and then move this way. That's the ECMWF model, and dump an absolute, just a metre of rain over Brisbane, or I would say that, a metre of rain over the Wide Bay, southeast Queensland, and, you know, a lot of rain on its way down. And then you've got another one where it does the same thing, hits here and then comes in, goes right over the top of southeast Queensland, and then comes back, and it's cyclone. Comes back and hits there. Or there's another one where it hits the Townsville region, comes down like that, and then recurves back in. That's the GFS one. So we can see a trend here where, in the last video I talked about a trough that was coming from the west. A trough that was coming from the west. You had the upper level, you had the upper level high here, dragging it west, and then there's a trough, a trough coming from the west, and I said that trough could grab it. You know, that's probably what's going to happen. That's the reason it's going to do this, because it's going west because of this, and then this trough will drag it down to southeast Queensland and out to sea. This trough that's heading west could break down or weaken, and that would make it come back. You know, or if it's down here, it could do that. Or if it's makes its way down here, it could do this. So it's really starting to look like catastrophic flooding, a catastrophic flooding event if this happens. Where, you know, you're looking at 5. You're looking at I'll go to the rainfall map. What's going on here? I'll look at the rainfall map, and you can see here, this is the ECMWF model. Look at that. That's 498. That's conservative. If this thing was to do this and then do that, that double, you're looking at 900 millimeters. You know, and as you can see here, yeah, that would wouldn't say double, but you'd be looking at figures of 7 to 1,000 to 1,200 to 1,600 millimeters of rain falling over a 2 to 3 day period. Because what had happened is this system would, it'd hit the coast, and then it would do this. So this area here, and this would happen over a 2 to 3 day period. So this area here is just getting torrential rainfall, very similar to, if you've ever been in a heavy rain event. I was in that 2023 rain event. I was here in North Brisbane area, Morayfield, and I've never seen rain like that. It was just constant. It was like a heavy rainstorm, but it just went all day, non-stop. And the rain, it got heavy, then heavy, and then just sort of petered out, and then heavy, and then petered out. And it was just like this constant. It's like God turned the tap on. It was ridiculous. But that was over a very short area. But that is what's going to happen if this type of if this type of event happens. We're looking at catastrophic rainfall. We're looking at severe flooding. Widespread flooding, widespread damage. There wouldn't be, there wouldn't be that much wind in it, because it's not a cyclone once it gets down there. It's a rain depression, but it's the rain. It's just phenomenal rain, but over such a large area. So that's what would happen if that verified. You've got these other models like Access G, which is very similar. It's not as much rainfall, but I can see that doubling in the next few days. I can see the GFS doubling as well. So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at not only a severe cyclone crossing in the North Queensland area, but we're also looking at a rain event that could potentially be one of the worst rain events. One of the worst rain events in the history of Queensland. If it pans out, if that particular scenario pans out, and I'm not saying that this will happen. I'm just saying that the chances of it happening are increasing. I'll be doing a couple more live videos on this event, so stay tuned. I hope this video sort of, I think that depending on what the low pressure system does, in the next 24 hours will tell us where it's going to hit. Because we're confident of the track that the cyclone's going to take, which will be in this direction, or sort of, like south, like a west-southwest sort of direction, or a westerly direction. But in the next 24 hours, will tell us where it's going to hit. And like I said before, the Cairns, if it hits Cairns, it's going to be a Category 1, and it'll most likely hit on Wednesday. And if it hits Townsville, it'll be a Category 2 or 3, and it'll hit Thursday. And if it hits Mackay, it'll be a Category 3 or 4, and it will hit Friday. But out of all of these solutions, I'm pretty confident that this is going to happen. This is the path it's going to take, and it's going to do something similar to that. And it's just going to dump a heap of rain as it heads down. This area here, good old Rockhampton and its dome, it might miss out on the heavy rain, but that's if that scenario. I mean, it could come down like this and do the same thing, But I'll know a lot more, or a lot better, or I'll be more confident on what's going to happen in the next 24 to 48 hours. So what I'll do is, I'll have another live video in the next couple of days, and I hope this video has sort of helped everyone, because if this event unfolds, like I said before, it's going to be, worst case scenario, a metre of rain over the entire southeast Queensland area. At the moment, you're probably looking at about 500 to 600 millimetres over the entire southeast Queensland area. But if this certain scenario that I think is going to happen, this one here, where the rain depression is firstly picked up by the trough, and then the trough weakens, and then the high pressure system here starts pushing it back west again. Yeah, we're in for a nightmare. I mean, it could do that, it could do this, or it could do this. But you can see there most of the tracks are leading towards, the southern Queensland region. And I'm not saying, Rockhampton's going to miss out. Even if it did take this track here, you're still looking at, 100, 200 millimetres. So it's just a waiting game at the moment. But if this, I'll leave this thought. If this system does what I think it's going to do, it's going to be historical. It's going to be the next 1974 floods, only the 2024 floods. So I'll leave it at that, and I really look forward to doing the next video, and I hope hope as many people as possible join me in the next video. Have a good evening, and so just I just start. I can't, like I said, I can't really say exactly where it's going to hit. All I know is it's going to hit anywhere between there and possibly there at the moment. Most likely around this region. It'll hit Thursday as a Category 3 system, possibly a Category 4. But it could hit in that region there. And I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna tell people, I would just sort of just wait till the next live video before you start preparing, and I'll be able to give you a lot better idea on exactly where it's going to hit, or the area it's going to hit. Alright, so have a good evening, and I look forward to doing the next video.